We're going to review the method and approach of identifying and prioritizing projects and initiatives against our strategic objectives. And as you see by the image, it's a flow-down process from the trivial many to the critical few. In today's fast-paced environment, resources and time are limited and competition is fierce. So choosing the right improvement projects and initiatives is crucial to the execution and achievement of the strategic goals. The flow-down process from strategic goals to critical few projects is an excellent way to ensure that resources are working on the right things. Once the strategic goals and objectives are defined and communicated, then cascaded through the organization, the process of identifying potential initiatives and projects can begin. The goals and objectives provide input to develop a hopper or list of potential initiatives and projects. Initiatives and projects are filtered through a prioritization matrix to reduce the trivial many to the critical few that may be executed to achieve the strategic goals and objectives based on available resources of people, capital or budget, and time. We'll flow through the process of identifying potential initiatives and projects, then prioritizing those for execution. We'll first assemble a cross-functional team who will be prepared for the session upon completing pre-work. We'll review the strategy map and strategic goals and objectives. We'll identify potential initiatives and projects intended to achieve the strategic goals and objectives. We'll define SMART goals for each potential initiative and project. We'll then prioritize each potential initiative and project using a prioritization matrix. First, we'll define a scoring scheme with selection categories and criteria used in the prioritization matrix, and it'll be an impact, effort, risk-like scoring scheme. So the impact will be relative to each of the strategic goals and objectives, with a 0 for no impact and a 5 for the highest level impact. We'll then look at effort relative to people, capital or budget, or duration of the initiative or project. For people, we'll give it a low score for effort and a high score for high effort. For capital or budget, if it's in plan, we'll give it a low score. If it's out of plan, we'll give it a high score. For duration, and you'll choose these duration categories, but for less than 4 months to achieve that project or initiative, we'll give it a low score. If it's greater than 8 months, it'll get a high score. For risk, for technical risk within initiative or project, we'll give it a low score if it's low risk and a high score for high risk. For management risk within the initiative or project, again, a low score for low risk and a high score for high risk. So it's a bit of an impact effort type evaluation. We'll move on to entering the list of initiatives and projects into the prioritization matrix. We'll score each initiative and project against the selection categories and criteria. So we'll list the initiative or project description, the problem statement, and the SMART goal. We'll then transfer those impact, effort, and risk scores into this matrix where calculations will automatically take place to then prioritize the initiatives and projects for execution. So that's an example of identifying and prioritizing initiatives and projects to achieve our strategic objectives. You have access to download complimentary Excel toolboxes containing many tools and templates used in the various types of initiatives as listed here. You can find these at valuegenerationpartners.com, then select the downloads page to access the Excel toolboxes. I wish you much success in using proven tools and techniques to achieve your desired goals and outcomes.